Today I'm going to show you how to spin mohair locks with floating beads. So what I'm showing you how to do is how to make the mohair yarn where the beads are going to be able to be free-flowing and floating along the yarn. Okay, so what I did was I started off with mohair locks, and I added these little tiny beads. These are Delica brand seed beads. These are my favorite kind, and they are size 8/0. And I used a basic large eye beading needle to be able to, can you see that? My camera's doing some jerking around here to try to show you that. This is a large eye beading needle that I use to be able to add the beads to the mohair locks. And so when I start off, the mohair locks are going to look like this, where they are just kind of like all straight and it looks very uniform like that. But as I'm spinning, I'm still going to go ahead and draft it so that it opens up like this. Okay, so it's still going to draft, and as I'm spinning. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this mohair lock, and I'm going to come in to my yarn like this, and I'm going to come in under, because I'm spinning clockwise, I always do my add-ins from underneath on the right-hand side. I'm holding my yarn with my left hand, and I'm going to do my add-in from underneath on the right-hand side, and I'm going to, I'm pinching with my left hand, I'm adding in on the right-hand side from underneath. I'm going to open up the tip of that mohair lock a little bit, just like this, okay, and then, but I'm not going to put the whole tip in. I'm not going to put that whole tip in all at once. I'm going to put a piece of that tip in, and then I'm going to go ahead and make sure that bead's up there in the center. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draft and pull back and draft. See how I let that twist? I started treadling, and then I let that twist kind of go into there a little bit. I'm going to draft a little bit, and draft. I'm going to let that twist travel down a little bit. Let that twist travel a little bit. Now I'm coming up here where that bead was. And I'm just going to kind of walk over top of that bead. Okay, now I'm kind of coming towards the end, and it's time for the next lock. And I'm going to do the same thing with the next lock. Kind of open up the tip a little bit. Just put in part of that tip, coming in from underneath on the right-hand side. Just a little bit of, put in a little bit of that tip, and let that kind of catch. There it goes. It caught a little bit. Keeping that bead kind of there in the middle. Draft a little bit, come to the bead, walk over top of that bead, and then keep on drafting until I get, I don't spin all the way through. I leave a little bit of a tail here so that I can add the next lock. Okay, and then again, open up that tip, add in that next lock from underneath, draft a little bit, draft a little bit, draft a little bit, draft a little bit, come to the bead, walk over top of the bead, and then draft a little bit more. Okay, now this is going to leave these beads to be free-flowing. They can float, they can move, and that's okay. That's what I want them to be able to do at this point.